the Clemson Tigers. This game, this is interesting. So Appalachian State coming to Clemson. Clemson is a 16.5-point favorite against Joey Aguilar and the Mountaineers. Appalachian State might be a fringe contender for the group of five playoff spot, the highest ranked group of five champ that will make the, well, I shouldn't say that. One of the five highest ranked champs that will make the playoff. Appalachian State could be one of those teams. Could be. But I think they would probably have to win this game to wind up in that spot.
You know what I was thinking when I looked at the week 2 schedule? Talk about the worst possible opponent that Clemson would have to face coming off of a game like the one that they just came off of. Like, yes, it's a game that they probably should win. They're almost three score favorites in this game. But if you actually peel back the curtain a little bit, App State brought back a ton of talent from last year, and they have been a team that is pesky to Power 5 teams. And if you are coming into this week as a Clemson fan, I would be a little scared. I'm not saying that they might not end up winning 41-10 or something and covering the spread easily, but also too, if we turn this game on Saturday and it's the third quarter and it's 17-10 or 10-3 or something, are you going to be surprised by that? I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Laying 3 scores is a lot here to me.
It is a lot. Here's where I think you can get a little sideways, though, based on what happened last week. Appalachian State's defense is not Georgia's defense.
Of course not.
Clemson is going to have some offensive success. They're going to be able to move the ball a little bit. They're going to be able to use some of the clock. Their defense is not going to be out on the field the entire time, getting worn out by a bunch of 5-star athletes. They still may struggle to score somewhat, but I do think having offensive success will allow Clemson's defense, which is the strength of its team, to actually function the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. I just have been like a big Joey Aguilar fan. I just like think that it's possible that App State is a thorn. And I think that a lot of this is just kind of up to Clemson. Like, how are we feeling as a team after that? Are we as demoralized as the fan base, or are we going to be able to pick ourselves up off the mat, stay confident in who we are and what we do, and just approach this game? Because it also kind of feels like if you play tight or the first quarter goes in a way that kind of reminds you of a little bit of the things that happened last week, if that just mentally perpetually gets more and more troublesome, and then it turns into a game that is in question in the late third quarter, which I think a Clemson blowout's on the table here, and I think a close game going into the fourth quarter's on the table here. I just think it's just not a game that Clemson, it's just a tricky game that Clemson's going to have to play coming off of what it's tricky, right? Is that the right word? It's a tricky game.
It's just like rocking a rhyme that's right on time. It's tricky. Yes. That said, I will take Clemson to cover. I think they bounce back. I stand by everything I said this weekend. They're not a national title contender anymore. They're not going to be a national title contender again until they decide to build rosters the way everybody else does. But they can still win a bunch of games, and they still have an elite defense.
Would a 10-win team that scares nobody that's competing for national championships beat App State by 17? That's the question.
On the right day.
I wouldn't touch this game in real life with a 10-foot pole, though.
I know. That's why I put it in here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I put it in here.
Yeah.
So what do you think's going to happen? You got to pick something.
I think App State's going to cover the spread.
All right. Yeah. Beautiful.
I think Clemson will win. I don't think they're going to lose. That would be crazy if they lost. But I think like Clemson might win like 27-17 or something.
Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples on 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.